How about those Cowboys?
Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in to Talking Cowboys with CB. I am your host. I am CB. Today we want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders. This game sounds like a trap game, right? And here's my thinking on that. You have the Cowboys coming in at 11-5. You have a Commanders team that has been on a losing streak now for about a month, and they have something to play for mentally. Going into the offseason, you want to win on a high note. The Dallas Cowboys have the chance to actually lock up the number 2 seed, lock up a division crown, and lock up home field advantage throughout the playoffs. As long as up until the divisional round, right? We know if San Francisco get put out, Cowboys win divisional round, they could potentially have 3 home games. Yes, you heard it right, 3 home games at Dallas Stadium. But here's some ups, here's some downs, and here's my thought about that. So you have your big national media, right? What they're talking about. This past week, they was talking about the Lions game in that last play. If you know football, you understand that the game, it's a game of inches, right? It's a game of execution. And throughout the whole series, it was a lot of data for all my analytical people out there. It was a lot of data that if you go for it, this is your upside. If you don't go for it, this is your, upside / downside. Here's my thought on that. Believe it or not, that game came down to the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals game.
What?
If the Eagles would have beaten the Cardinals, no matter what happened on the last play of our game, it wouldn't matter because the Eagles will have won that game and been in first place.
Wow. Yeah.
So again, our game didn't really come down to our game. It came down to the game from the Philadelphia Eagles and Arizona Cardinals. Since the Cardinals upset the Eagles, now it shined more spotlight on the Dallas game. Let that sink in for a minute. If the Eagles would have won, nobody would have been talking about what happened in the Dallas Cowboys versus Detroit versus the Dallas Cowboys. Only reason they're talking about it is because the Eagles lost. Now they open up more doors. So all these games, how the NFL has constructed everything, all these games actually, like one game, actually have more benefits on other games. We as fans, some people don't see it like that. I'm a super fan, so I actually, take a deeper dive into it. That game had a lot to say about our game. Since that game didn't go as planned, now the Cowboys game, had more spotlight on it and say, hey, look at the outcome. Overall, we know it's 4 quarters in the game, and there was opportunities for both teams to capitalize on. The CeeDee Lamb fumble, Jared Goff threw 2 interceptions. So don't just think the game came down to that one play. Yes, it was, up until that point, it was a couple of plays here and there could have changed the game both ways. We had a tripping call that wasn't necessarily a tripping on the Cowboys. It was the guy from the other team actually tried to trip him. So just keep that in mind. All right, so I do think the Cowboys will win this week. I actually think the Cowboys are going to come out strong. It should be cold up there. The weather, I think, maybe in the 30s or 40s. I think the Cowboys should come in, do what they got to do, and leave out. Don't even stay. Prepare for the postseason. Up until that point, if we get out to a big enough lead, hopefully Coach McCarthy do the right thing, take your starters out, let the backups, get some reps in because they are just as important as the starters, in my opinion. When the starter go down, boom, it's your time to go in and do your thing. So I think the Cowboys should go in. I think they should dominate on all 3 phases. I think they will dominate on all 3 phases, and I think the Cowboys should go in. Will go in. I don't know what I think go in. They should go in. No, they will go in and definitely get a win and lock up that number 2 seed. Have 2 home playoff games. If the 49ers lose, possibly have a 3rd playoff game at AT&T Stadium, where we already know they average somewhere around 37 to 40 points a game there. Hopefully they can just, 40 burger their way into the Super Bowl. So that's my thought on that. Lyle Collins signed with the Dallas Cowboys as well, as you heard. Happy for him. I think that's a good story. I think it should be a good story. I think I watched one of his interviews. He mentioned that when he came in, he was like 21. He thought he knew a lot, but he didn't know anything. But now, that time has gone on, he's seen the importance of, listening to the older guys. And he said, hey, I want to help out where I can help out. If you need me to play left guard, right guard, he said, I'll even play fullback if you want me to. So with that type of mentality, and now that my man had made a full circle, if you will, I think this time around with the Cowboys, watch out for Lyle Collins. I think that he's a big piece. As well as Damian Wilson. I like his linebacker style play, so watch out for those two guys. They just sound back with the Dallas Cowboys. Even though we're talking Cowboy this week, but this is final week in NFL. So I'm going to give you my picks for this final week. We have the Cleveland Browns at Cincinnati. That's actually going to be a pretty good game, but I just think the Browns going to roll over Cincinnati. We have Minnesota at Detroit. Detroit don't have anything to play for. I think so here's the thing with that. I take that back. If the Cowboys lose, if the Eagles lose, if the Detroit win, they can slide into that number 2 spot. So that's why the game is actually huge for the Eagles, for the Cowboys, and Detroit. I think Detroit will start their starters, and just depend on, they'll be scoreboard watching. Actually, to be honest, I take that back. This game is at 1 o'clock. So they will have to win. So Detroit will probably play their starters, because if the Cowboys lose, if the Eagles lose, they win, they'll be number 2. So they probably play their starters. So I'm liking Detroit in this game right there. We have Jacksonville and Tennessee. I think Jacksonville will be resting starters. They have nothing to play for. But still, give me Jacksonville. New York Jets at New England. 2 franchises there that, had a disappointing year, especially with the Aaron Rodgers. He's coming to town, stay to town with the Jets. New England just, I think still one quarterback away from being a great team. Give me New York. Give me New York right there. Atlanta, New Orleans, both could possibly win the division. Both need to play hard. This game will be played in Louisiana, so give me New Orleans there. You got Tampa Bay at Carolina. Carolina just, it's a rebuilding year. I expected this from the Panthers this year. I'll take the Bucks, but look, Carolina will be back next year. You heard it here first. Chicago at Green Bay. Justin Fields doing pretty good now with the Bears. Jordan Love, I like his play with Green Bay. Possibly a matchup with the Cowboys at wild card round. Keep an eye out for that. Give me Green Bay right there. Denver at Las Vegas. I would take Las Vegas. Denver, they're going through that thing with Russ. Just one of those things where it's a business at the end of the day, and they made a business decision to sit Russ for injuries purpose. 41 have to pay him guaranteed money. So give me Las Vegas there. Got Philadelphia at New York. So here's the thing. I am a Cowboys fan, but I'm also a football guru, if you will. I have watched the Giants play their last 5 games. I have watched the Philadelphia Eagles play their last 5 games. Give me the Giants with Tyrod Taylor. The Eagles is just on a crash course right now. I don't know what's wrong with the Eagles. Great team. I just think they're tired. Hurts is injured. It's obvious that he's injured. The coach, he's just getting out coached right now.
Well, back to my drawing board.
They still have a good team. They may not win in a wild card round. But give me the Giants. Give me the Giants by 17. 17. 17. All right, so Seattle, Arizona. I would take Arizona. I think they're going to finish strong this year. They beat the Eagles last week, and I think that Arizona, along with the Panthers, will be back in 2024. So later this year, when football season start back up after the Super Bowl, off season, after the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, I definitely think Arizona and the Panthers will, get moving in the right direction off season. Kansas City at Los Angeles. Give me Los Angeles. I think Kansas City may be resting starters. They already locked up the division. Nothing to pay for season wise. Definitely, I'll take them. I'll take Los Angeles in that one. Los Angeles Rams in San Francisco. San Francisco have nothing to play for. I think the Rams said they're starting Carson Wentz at quarterback, so should be a fun one. But give me the Rams in this one as well. Dallas at Washington. I already told you I think Dallas is going to come in, do their thing, and get back to Dallas and get prepared for the playoff game, possibly against the Green Bay Packers. And finally, Buffalo at Miami. Great game, playoff implications, both sides, and the division on the line. They'll be playing in South Beach. They'll be playing in Miami down there at 8:20 on NBC. Final game of Week 18 NFL. Buffalo is on the road. Miami have a great team. Give me Miami in this one by a field goal. So there you have it, folks. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to Talking Cowboys with CB. I threw in a curveball at the end. I gave you my picks for Week 18, the final week. I also gave you my thoughts on Lyle Collins and Damian Wilson coming back, rejoining the Cowboys. Also gave you my picks on, just my thought of, the Cowboys last seconds versus the Lions and how the Philadelphia Eagles game had an impact on the Cowboys game. Because like I say, if Philadelphia would have won, nobody would have cared about what happened in the last 2 seconds in the Cowboys game anyways. So my name is CB. Thank you for watching Talking Cowboys with CBTV. See you next time.